First of all, thank you for nominating us on this PV stage today. What I'm going to tell you about is a project we did for Mercedes-Benz dealership called the group YAM. This group already has 4 dealerships spread around in Belgium, and they were going to build a new dealership in another region, and they asked us to design a PV installation for this dealership, but nobody knew how much energy this building was going to use. So that was the big difficulty, and that's where the challenge came in. So the problem was, in first place, it was a completely new building. Nobody knew anything about energy use. Building was not used for 1/3 of the time at this time. In Belgium, we have a very low grid feed-in sales revenue, only 3.6 cents per euro per kilowatt hour. Electricity cost was very low. They did a very good buying on electricity, so it was only 14.2 cents per kilowatt hour. And then there is a little bit grid feed-in subsidy, and this grid feed-in subsidy is decreasing during 15 years. On the start it would be 5.5 cents per kilowatt hour. So this means that the revenues on this installation were very poor, and we had to stress on especially on as much as possible self-consumption of the produced PV energy. Storage was not yet an option because of regulations on safety and these kind of things. So this was also a difficulty, and therefore the customer, nevertheless, he wanted to cover his full roof on PV. And most important thing is he wanted a discounted cash flow guarantee of at least 10%. This was the discussion. We had 5 competing firms on this project, and this is what we did to win the trust of the owner. What did we have to do? What did we propose to the owner? We proposed to make an in-depth energy profile analysis on the other showrooms they already were exploiting. And there we took a look at how they used energy over there. We took a detailed look at lighting, at heating, but most of all use of repair equipment, repair bridges and so on. And then we made a quarterly hour consumption analysis on these other 2 showrooms. And these quarterly hour consumption data, we analyzed it and projected it to the new showroom. Then on the other hand, we used NASA meteorological data, satellite data, to try to find out what the weather conditions would be and what the heat pumps for this new showroom would use in case of heating, but also in case of cooling. And also on that part we made a quarterly hour data analysis. And then we designed in MATLAB, I don't know if anybody knows MATLAB, but we designed an own calculation tool, an energy usage calculation tool, where we could design the perfect balance between energy production, energy consumption, and energy storage and grid feed-in. And this is the result of this analysis. And in this analysis you see actually that we have here on the left side the quarters of the day. We have 96 quarters of the day, and you see the energy use in different colors on these hours of the days. We have 365 days a year. These 365 days a year represent winter, summer, and all the seasons. And then you see color-wise the usage of electricity in peak. And you see that in the very red zones, the maximum peaks per quarter of an hour were 35 kilowatts. And you see actually every day between, let's say, the 30th quarter, around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, a little bit later maybe, until the early evening, you see that the most of the energy is being used. In the afternoon, around 12 o'clock, you see that everybody goes for dinner. But then you see actually all year through how energy has been used. And this is where we designed the new installation for. All the other companies proposed a full roof installation, and we proposed actually only an installation of 81.4 kilowatt peak, based on the fact also that the owner expected a very fast growth in activity in this new showroom, and therefore we designed an installation of only about 300 modules of Q Plus modules, the G3 version of last year. And we realized in the design with PVSol, we realized the design of 932 kilowatt hour per kilowatt peak with a performance ratio of 86.2%. And with this design, taking into account that Sundays nobody is working and no energy is being used, we had 32% of the total energy use being covered by the PV installations. And only of these 75 megawatt hour production, only 35.6% was sent back to the grid. This was lowered in this way, and in that form we could guarantee on paper a payback time of 9 to 9.5 years with a discounted cash flow of 10.2 until 11.4%. If we would have done like all the other competitors and covered the full roof with 761 modules, then we would have had only a discounted cash flow of 6.5 to 7.6%, and the payback time of 13.5 up till 15 years. And this is where we won the project. This is where we were awarded for making this installation, and this is how it looks in reality. And this is the real results up till yesterday. So the installation went on the grid on the 3rd of August last year. Yesterday we were the 22nd of June. We had a total yield in kilowatt hours already of 68,000 kilowatt hours. So we have 7,000 kilowatt hours to go. At this time we are 10% ahead due to the combination of the Q cells modules and the inverters. Specific yield up till now was 838. We guaranteed 932, so this won't be a problem. And on yearly base, so we guaranteed 75,000 kilowatt hours, and there was an expected grid feed-in of about 27,000 kilowatt hours. And up till now, we have 22,000 kilowatt hours fed in. So what we calculated for was exactly realized in practice. So far, our project, this is a small graph of payback times, also evaluated on different energy prices, energy price differentiations. But as you see, we got the necessary yield on this project. I'm sorry.
Okay, Herman, I have to jump in. Thank you very much for your pitch and your presentation.